Yes, this is how we do it every day, every morning on this station, Oluyole FM 98.5 in Ibadan. Conversation is the program. Oluyole FM 98.5 is networking with Okegun 96.3 FM, Agility 92.1 FM. Of course, the Okegun area and Ogbomoso area and surrounding states in the country. And of course, on Facebook, you will meet us there. No one beats the rich. Conversation, like will give us the opportunity to dish out stories making the rounds. Yes, making the rounds across the country, and of course over the shores of the country, for us at this end to make our own analysis and views known, and of course for you to make your own views, analysis and opinions known via the phone lines when the time comes. My name is Bimbo Akombi, and yes, so many stories are making the rounds this morning, talking about the Nnamdi Kanu protests, yes, where Abuja was grounded as security men tear-gassed protesters, and another story talking about the NLC giving the federal government 4 weeks to resolve education sector crisis, and still saying no pay, no work, as ASU, SANU, NASU, others unite for action. Yes, I think that is going to be an interesting, let me say, edition in this saga, interesting saga. And well, talking about petrol, which as petrol tops Nigeria's imports with 613.6 million liters in 1 year. And EFCC recovered 500 billion naira, secured 7,000 convictions under my watch. That is talking about Tinubu. And suspend constitutional amendment, seek referendum. Olanipekun tells National Assembly.
Conversation.
Yes, the program is still Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 in Ibadan. And of course, like I said earlier, networking with Okegun FM 96.3 and Agility FM 92.1. Yes, Tola, big story, the big story. There are two big stories there. Talking about the grounding of Abuja. There was a protest that was fielded for yesterday, and they were all along talking about Nnamdi Kanu, people agitating for his release, and all along I was just thinking in my mind that something might happen, and yes, there were tear gas shootings, that dislodged the protesters.
Well, what looked like grounding of activities was actually more due to apprehension and trepidation on the part of the populace. People were afraid. They didn't know what was going to happen, what dimension the protest was going to take. But the video I saw, Bimbo, it looks like that protest was a bit scanty. Bimbo, and when the police fired tear gas and warning shots, the protesters fled in all directions. Mr. Shore in particular fled like a rabbit. From what I saw in that video, people. So, much of the paralyzing that we saw was due to the fact that people were apprehensive in the southeast. People were afraid. They didn't know whether or not this protest would also come to the southeast. So schools, markets, shops, banks shut in Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Imo. Court activities paralyzed. Hearing in police suit against protesters affected, and the police were in the show of force in Lagos. And APC blames opposition leaders over protest.
Yes, and I think in Lagos, yes, I had some activities also went on in Lagos. But what was the IPOB? Members of the IPOB included?
The story, the information we are getting so far does not state that they are involved, and then they've been quiet over this. Maybe they chose to be silent. So, Free Nnamdi Kanu security operatives fire tear gas disperse protesters in Abuja.
And
like I said, it didn't seem like much of it didn't look like much of a threat from what I saw there yesterday, Bimbo. But
yes.
Maybe the police, just in case, or because they were veering towards those areas that they had said should be no go for them. That was why they decided to fire tear gas at them, warning shots. But I think that was unnecessary on the part of the police. They were not violent. They were not making any trouble. They were scanty. So I don't know. The police just have stayed there and watched them.
They just wanted to dislodge them. Sometimes.
And make it impossible for them to gather. Well, if we said they were scanty at the beginning, the possibility that the crowds might increase. And again, the possibility that hoodlums might want to hijack the protest.
And consequently, after the shooting of the tear gas into the protesters, coupled with the closure of roads roads by the police, it made it difficult for people within the city to move, and residents, were not really too happy about what happened.
The police were not leaving anything to chance.
Yes.
That was why. But like I said, given the magnitude of what I saw, I think that clampdown was a bit unnecessary. And the situation can be monitored without tear gassing them. Hoodlums can be prevented without tear gassing them, without preventing, without trying to prevent the gathering, the protest altogether, without trying to stop the protest altogether.
Yes. And the NUJ, Nigerian Union of Journalists, has condemned assault, arrest of journalists, and demand replacement of damaged tools. That is according to the Secretary of the Council, that is the Council, Mr. Jide Oyekunle. He described the arrest and harassment of journalists as a gross violation of press freedom and an affront to democratic principles.
Exactly what we are talking about. The police would always sometimes go too far on these matters. Let's have this commercial break. We'll be back.
It's like not moving. Sorry, ma. The network is a bit slow.
Don't lose customers to long queues. With the First Money Merchant POS, every checkout is fast, reliable, and instantly settled.
Finally, quick and easy.
Get your First Money Merchant POS now on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get-your-POS or at any First Bank branch close to you. First Bank, you first.
All right, we're back, and the program is still conversation. All right, big boy, we're talking about the NLC and other varsity unions give federal government 4 weeks to resolve ASU crisis. Oh, that's much too long on the part of the NLC.
Yes.
You ask me. It says ASU, SANO, NASU, NAAT, ASUP, KOYASU form alliance. Say no trade union will attend meetings with government officials who lack a necessary mandate. Oh, hey, I wonder what that's all about. Who are the government officials that lack the mandate to dialogue? The leadership of all tertiary education-based institutions in Nigeria has unanimously issued a 4-week ultimatum to the federal government to resolve all pending demands and lingering issues causing industrial disharmony in the nation's industrial education sector or risk a total shutdown. Okay, I understand the long rope now. That's about a month because all the unions are now involved. And it's not just about ASU now. It's about all the unions in the tertiary institutions asking that their demands be met and that this could have been averted if the federal government had only been a little more reasonable about this matter. And the ultimatum emerged from a united front initiated and facilitated by the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajaero, bringing together all tertiary education unions affiliated with the Congress. The unions, Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, National Association of Academic Technologists, NAAT, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASU, Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Polytechnics, SANIP, Colleges of Education, Academic Staff Union, KOASU, among others, announced the four ultimatum at a joint press briefing in Abuja. They vowed to henceforth to resist government's divide and rule tactics in addressing issues affecting tertiary education and its workforce. CONWA is not mentioned.
CONWA is not mentioned. CONWA has said it is not embarking on any strike with any union, especially ASU. So they are shouting that they are being sidelined.
But they are not getting anything from this their stand, Bimbo. I mean, for instance, they said they are not on strike. They said they are not joining ASU strike. Yet
strike, yes.
They are not in the classrooms, and the no work, no pay. They also will not be paid. So it means that the government does not really recognize them. Maybe they will recognize them when it's convenient, but for now it seems that they are expendable and they are not even part of the picture at all.
Yes.
From what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
So I wonder what is the essence of this their stand, and well. I don't get it, Bimbo. It doesn't seem to add up for me.
What I know is that this cooperation now, I think it will bring out some results. If it is
done in good faith, but then, like I said, Bimbo, it doesn't have to come to this. I do not know why the federal government all of a sudden that has always given the impression of having a listening ear, that has always given the impression of being at least understanding to some extent over the issues being raised by these lecturers, and all of a sudden this hard stance, especially coming from the current Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. I don't get it, Bimbo. And I think maybe somebody needs to remind President Tinubu again for the opt-in time of his promise that never again,
come up in the university system.
And you won't have to spend 6 years, 8 years for a 4-year course. It's beginning again, Bimbo. It's beginning to happen again.
And especially now that there is a kind of cooperation within the various unions and various tertiary institutions, polytechnics, colleges of education, and all those other institutions.
Don't mind my atenumo this morning. I keep saying it. I don't understand the government that is always so much at home and very comfortable in negotiating comprehensively, significantly with criminals, with terrorists,
yes,
and instantly doing whatever they ask.
Yes,
and
especially giving them huge amounts of cash. Yes,
and they treat them as if they were a trade union on their own, as if crime is a trade. That is the way, as if it is a recognized trade, as if it is a legalized trade. That is the way our government behaves. Yet, when people who are doing genuine work, honest labor,
yes,
demand for their rights, the government find it very, very difficult. They find it very, very difficult to even sit down at table with them, talk less of honoring their demands.
Well, just recall that the Nigerian higher education system has been faced with chronic instability, and the latest leading to closure of universities nationwide due to the ongoing strike by ASU, and now other unions from other tertiary institutions have joined them under the guise of the NLC, Nigeria Labour Congress.
But this looks good, Bimbo. Relief as price of cooking gas drops to 1,200 naira per kg.
It's always been 1,200 naira in the past 1-2 weeks.
Well, it shot up at some point during the especially fallout of the Pengas and No Peng strike, and they were trading blames. The stakeholders in the sector were trading blames. The marketers, the retailers, the major marketers. Well, Monsura will be happy about this. At least gas has dropped. And on alleged forgery, PDP dismisses Anyawu's claim, welcomes investigation by DSS. Police. Well, Mr. Anyawu is also PDP. He's the National Secretary. Now, insist that's the PDP now. So I wonder who is the PDP that is dismissing Mr. Anyawu's claim. He's the National Secretary, and I guess when he talks in that capacity, he must know what he's talking about. Although they say that it belongs to Mr. Wike's camp. And I wonder, again, for the opportune time being, but I'm wondering how come Mr. Wike is so much in control of the party that his person, his candidate, still controls such a sensitive position as the position of secretary. He controls the person who occupies that position. That person happens to be his candidate. Now, so the PDP is insisting that National Secretary signed letters, attended meetings. Wow. And Mr. Anyawu, the National Secretary, is saying that his signature was forged. And Governor Adeleke has to ruin it all. He says PDP crisis, a family affair. Well, that family is falling apart.
Yes. So
can it still be said to be a family affair when things are falling apart and the center cannot hold? The renewed hostility in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, raged on Monday following a petition by the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyawu, to security agencies that his signature was forged in a letter to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In a counterclaim, the PDP said it was totally disposed to an investigation by the DSS and the Nigeria Police into the allegation by the National Secretary of the party, Senator Samuel Anyawu, that his signature was forged in the August 25, 2025 letter to the Commission. In the same letter in which the signatures of the National Chairman, Ambassador Umar Damagum and Anyawu appeared, the party informed INEC of its plan to uphold its upcoming National Elective Convention fixed for Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, on November 25. Well, Mr. Anyawu denied, he said he didn't sign any letter. And speaking at the Wadata Plaza National Secretariat of the party, the National Policy Secretary, Honorable Debo Oluyole, said that Anyawu did not only attend both the July 24 and August 25 National Executive Committee NEC meetings of the party, but also co-signed all letters emanating from the meetings to implement directives of the PDP regarding the Ibadan Convention. One question I want to ask you.
How can he say he did not sign? Then if he did not sign, how did he get his signature? Although, we know that people forge signatures.
Signatures can be forged. But I do know that at those meetings, were there no recordings, Bimbo? Of course, they don't record for public consumption, but they do record just for the records, just to have evidence that these meetings were held and to keep records. So definitely, I want to believe that they should have visual recordings from those meetings for the archives of the party.
The party, yes.
Not for public consumption. I'm not talking about press cameras now.
Even phone recordings.
I'm not talking about press camera, but then the official camera handlers of the party. The party would have a media team.
Yes.
And of course, Mr. Debo Oluyole would be in charge of that as the National Publicity Secretary. So definitely, the records of the party, the archives, it should be in charge. It should be in charge of the archives, or somebody in charge of statistics and records of the party. So. Well, I do not know. So there must be some evidence that he was indeed at that party. And at that meeting that they are talking about, and evidence that he actually signed. Talk about I'm just talking here as an outsider, that maybe recordings of where he was signing and all that.
But I know some intrigues are involved in this matter, as I'm perceiving it.
Could it be that Mr. Anyawu has his two legs, and he has one leg in one place and another leg in another
place.
And well, if he's Mr. Wike's candidate, I mean, if he's Mr. Wike's man, as they are saying, if he belongs to the Wike camp, as they are saying, it's not very likely that he would want the PDP to stand. It's not very likely that he would want that ship to stay afloat. That's why I asked the question that why is he the National Policy Secretary? The same way I'm asking that why is Mr. Wike still part of the PDP, despite and nobody has the temerity or the nerve to ask him to leave. Even those who are the current captains trying to keep the ship afloat, the governors that are still on the boat and trying to keep it, not even them can send him away from the party. And they have dared them severally to do so, to send him away if they can.
I think the remaining governors, I think about 8 or 10 governors are still remaining in the PDP. Well,
and all of them do not seem to be one of Wike.
Yes. Well, the Labour Party is in the news again. Yes, it has reignited a debate over opposition unity ahead of the 2027 general elections, with the faction loyal to Peter Obi and Abia State Governor Alex Oti insisting that only a united front can unseat President Bola Tinubu. And speaking in an interview with Punch correspondent, the LP's interim National Publicity Secretary, Prince Tony Akeni, urged former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to shelve his presidential ambition and throw his weight behind Obi if he genuinely seeks to rescue Nigeria from the agony of misrule. And if Atiku can go deep inside his soul and demonstrate that he truly loves his country by standing up to support Obi for the presidency, he can then choose anybody of his choice, even his last born, as the vice presidential candidate, he said. And Tinubu will be the easiest incumbent in the world to defeat in 2027. The only thing that can prevent that is if Atiku insists that he must be president at all costs.
Oh, is he trying to say that Alhaji Atiku is not viable?
Well, I don't know what he's trying to say. He's trying to, I believe he's trying to say that let Atiku, support the ambitions of the candidates, maybe any candidate that will come up from the LP. If he supports them, they can easily unseat President Tinubu.
What about the ADC?
The ADC is there.
It looks like that's the most seemingly the most viable opposition for now. But then it says here, crack in ADC as party suspends South vice chairman, and I say, why am I not surprised, Bimbo?
Yes, it has been said before that I think President Tinubu said that it will give them just like maybe some months or so.
In the presidency.
The presidency.
6 months. But it looks like that's going to happen much earlier than the 6 months.
Yes.
It looks they are crumbling already.
Already, yes.
Bimbo. And all because of self-interest. And then it's sad that rather too early they've shown everyone that their gathering is not really in the overall interest of Nigeria, but all about self-interest. The infighting, the intrigues now has shown that it's not really about Nigeria. It's about self-interest. It's too early for them to be fighting themselves. All right, let's have this commercial break. We'll be back.
Why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull holographic seal tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull rice, tasty rice nourished you.
The amazing seasoning cube. So when you're cooking your delicious meals, don't compromise. Go for gold.
Rich, consistent lasting taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, yeah. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number 1, yo. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, yeah. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say. Make it mobile,
Make you go with the best.
make it mobile.
Special secret that awakens taste buds. Watch and wonder with awesome aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Right, we're back. The program is still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. But Nigeria now has 301 universities as NUC, that's the National Universities Commission, approves new university for Imo State. So 301 universities in all. And a stop ongoing process on amendment to 1999 Constitution, Olanipekun tells National Assembly, says Nigeria needs transition period till 2031 for referendum on new constitution. So for how long are we going to be doing the same things over and over again? Now the revered eminent lawyer is asking for a referendum on the new constitution. And, haven't we had that before? All the confabs we have had that have all amounted to nothing. That's why I keep saying that it's all about us. I still have that belief that if what we practice, if what the document we have presented and that we call our constitution is implemented faithfully and practiced to the letter, well, we may have to make a few amendments, but for me, nothing wrong with that constitution. It is about us. We are the problem. It's not the constitution, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, this one says, talking about security now, Borno State to be precise, troops of the Joint Task Force Operation Adinkai under the 21 Special Armored Brigade have foiled an attack planned by Boko Haram terrorists in Kashmiri General Area, Bama Local Government Area of Borno State. And this came as members of the public and the media were urged to refrain from sharing or publishing images of personnel who have paid the supreme price during operations generally until their next of kin may have been duly informed. Well, I don't really understand that. Acting Director Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Aile, in a statement in Maiduguri yesterday said the troops had located and destroyed identified Boko Haram camps in the area, thereby frustrating the terrorist plans to attack civilians and disrupt socio-economic activities in the area. And during the operation, the troops engaged the terrorists in a fierce gunfight and neutralized several, while others suffered injuries. Well, until their families were noticed, all those that lost their lives during, during attacks, members of the Adinkai task force, were the families not contacted immediately? All those, I mean, earlier attacks, and the army is now saying they should not do any press or pictures or names inside, or publish names inside newspapers until those that had earlier died during the attacks or had laid their lives down for the country, until their families had been contacted. I don't understand that aspect. It dazzles me.
Well, it says there, terrorists kill commanding officer soldiers in Borno. And well, they said the war against insurgency took its toll, and then that's talking about the commanding officer, 202 Tank Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Aliyu Saidu Paiko, and a few other valiant soldiers who paid the supreme price as they fell in the battle with the dreaded Boko Haram terrorists in Borno. So I don't know if it's the same man.
I can see, yes, I can see it here too. Yes, and then yes, he said it took a toll on their side as the commanding officer to Tank Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Aliyu Paiko, and a few other valiant soldiers paid the supreme price and they fell in battle. Okay, maybe they were talking about those that were affected in the battle in Borno State.
Well, another unfortunate one. It says, okay, looks like a positive one here. Police kill suspected killer of Benue Hunter's commander wife. The suspect believed to have been involved in the killing of the Benue Hunter's commander and his wife, and that has been neutralized by the police. But it would have been better. Well, good one if at least they've gotten another one out of the way. But then it would have been much better if he had been arrested and then he had been able to lead the police more to more of his colleagues in crime. And then we also have Kano court sentences to death. Kano court sentences to death by hanging for killing lecturer.
Yes, Kano University lecturer.
The Northwest University, Kano. His name is Buhari Imam, and he was killed during the robbery incident in 2016.
Well, this one says 2 beheaded in renewed Cross River communal clash. Beheading. Well, in this era. Well, then talking about the oil now. The troops of 6th Division Nigerian Army, in conjunction with other security agencies, have arrested 28 suspected oil thieves and recovered 290,000 liters of stolen premium products. The acting Deputy Director, 6th Division Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Jonah Danjuma, who disclosed this in a statement in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, said the success was recorded in its operation in states of the region between October 6 and 19. Well, I think quite an achievement, at least.
Well, still talking about oil, Bimbo, and somebody's unfolding details of what looks like a good dream. Yeah. Only I do not know, Bimbo, how long it will take that dream to come true, or if it will never come true. It says Nigeria uniquely positioned to become Africa's crude refining hub. And that comes from the chairman of the Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria, Koran, Mr. Momo Jima Oyarekwa. He said that Nigeria is uniquely positioned to become Africa's refining hub, given its vast crude oil reserves, growing private investment in refineries, and strategic geographic location. Do we really have a growing private investment in refineries aside the very significant investment by Dangote? According to him, with both modular and large-scale refineries coming on stream, Nigeria would meet domestic demand and also serve regional markets under the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCTA. That's why I said a very good dream, but it also looks like a tall dream.
But don't forget that there are illegal refineries in Nigeria.
So that's what will make us meet to become Africa's crude refining hub.
No, I'm not
that
saying
is not enough. Even if we want to rely on that.
Not even rely. If government can, just get to them and, the illegality, that it should be, just removed, put aside, and government should just encourage them and so give them licenses and all those.
Well, Mr. Oyarekwa also states what needs to be done to make this possible. It says to achieve this target, he advocated consistent policy support, reliable crude supply, and competitive operating conditions. He didn't speak about getting rid of the cabal. Speaking in Lagos during the association summit themed refining key to energy security in Africa, Oluyole emphasized that building modern, efficient refineries is not just about energy, but about sovereignty, stability, and sustainable growth. He says Koran's role, that's his association, is to align industry stakeholders and government towards this shared vision. Well, I'm glad they called it a vision.
Vision.
But that's what it still is at present. But then he has stated what needs to be done, and then maybe the authorities are indeed listening. And then maybe, I think the biggest problem, the problem that led us earlier in the first place, corruption in the sector. Corruption fueled by the oil thieves, fueled by the cabal, the importation cabals. Corruption fueled by the elements and forces that have been frustrating Dangote refinery and have frustrated every effort to bring the government on refineries back on stream, despite billions of dollars sunk into that. So I think he didn't talk about all that, Bimbo, but I think maybe Mr. Oluyole might be missing the very original points, the very big points. I think so, and that is the issue of corruption in the sector, like I said.
Yes. Now, President Tinubu has disclosed a fact here, saying we are shielding no ally. EFCC recovered 500 billion naira in 2 years. That is according to President Tinubu. And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has recovered assets worth over 500 billion naira and secured more than 700 convictions in the past 2 years, President Bola Tinubu said yesterday. And the president, who was represented by his vice, Kashim Shettima, disclosed this while they carrying open the 7th edition of a 3-day capacity building workshop for judges and justices organized by the EFCC in collaboration with the National Judicial Institute, NJI, in Abuja. And he said the significant progress recorded by the EFCC was due to his administration's non-interference in the agency's operations and its commitment in transparency and accountability in governance.
I keep hearing of these recoveries, and yet we don't see the impact.
The impact, yes. We don't know where the money goes.
Oyo LG Secretariat in state of disrepair, and lawmakers raise concern as members of the State Assembly calling that local government secretariats across the state should be given a facelift. Right,
but who is supposed to, embark on those renovations of local government secretariats? Is it the state government or the federal government?
I think the councils themselves should be responsible now that more funds is accruing to them.
Yes, that is the point.
Right, let's have another break. When we are back, we'll open the phone lines.
Ìbá ṣe jọ̀lọ́fù, àtàdédé, kódà àsáró tàbí spaghetti, ṣe oúnjẹ tó ta wọ́n yọ pẹ̀lú pepper terra.
Pepper terra. Mom's love is pure. She does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil, pure love.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò àpò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló mú ojú lọ́wọ́. Ó yá sọ pé. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o.
lóbìnrin ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó.
jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
Ball, I beg you get change. I won't give customer.
I don't get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
And we're back. Program is still conversation, and it's time to open the phone lines. We have a first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you, sir.
Quickly, it is wrong for the law enforcement agencies to tear gas peaceful protesters. Even in America, today, there have been a lot of protests over the week on the way Donald Trump has been governing America as a dictator. And Americans are protesting that this is not democracy and no one is tear gassing them. The police should desist from this act. Moreover, I think the police felt the Southeast people, I know them, whenever they are carrying out their activities, they do restrict themselves to the southeastern state. So maybe the police felt it's a Showore show, and they don't want to give Showore that chance, because Showore has since become a troublemaker and not what did they call a so-called freedom fighter. Is a troublemaker. So they decided that a fish in time saves a nine. I think that is what the police felt. Also, Showore is fast becoming nuisance, because even those who love him, the youth that used to love him, many are backing out of some of his activities. Lastly, the issue of what did they call this ASU. Now that they have given government ultimatum and other organizations have also joined them, I am pleading with Tinubu not to allow this strike to commence. But if the ASU was not listened to and they end up going on strike, they should battle it to the end. We don't want another strike next year. So if you are to go on strike this time, battle it to the end, so that you don't become useless like the so-called labor union, who Nigeria used to support them, but they have since become someone that we call off strike when they have not gotten anything. Get something before you call off this strike, if it will take place. But I pray it doesn't take place. Good morning. Enjoy your day, sir.
Well, thank you, Mr. John. 080-5500-9850, 070-5555-1985. That's the numbers to call.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, we lost that. 080-5555, 080-5500-9850. And we also have 070-5555-1985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's better that we don't disturb ourselves, because you are saying that the house there is something about this
Sorry, the line is small, food. We can't hear you properly. Please do well to call us back. 080-550-1985 070-5555-1985. That's the number to call.
3,433 persons killed in road crashes this year. That is according to the organization saddled with the responsibility of road traffic nationally, the Federal Road Safety Corps.
And the Universal Basic Education Commission is painting a very grim picture here. It says 60% of 17 million out-of-school children are girls. And it says the Executive Secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, Aisha Garba, has expressed concern that over 60% of estimated out-of-school children in Nigeria are girls.
Well, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, as you have said, the confession that you wanted to do at Ibadan.
Your name and where you're calling from. Your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Amzad.
Okay.
From Ibadan.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes. They said they wanted to do the confession at Ibadan. And some people have written a letter that they say that the confession cannot take place. Which means that the type of government that you are running is wrong. The type that you are running is that this is what is happening in the all states, in the federation. This is what is happening. So that they have kangaroo people in the ministries and other things. Because if they don't have that kangaroo people in that party, PDP they have kangaroo people, the APC they have kangaroo, other parties they have kangaroo people. So that they can demolish anything at any time. So we said that it's better for us to know where we are going now. We are praying every day. Where are we going? God will help us.
Thank you.
Right. He said the kangaroo people in the PDP and other political parties. So what are the antecedents, the characteristics of a kangaroo? Well, whatever the color means for those political parties, whatever is saying about them, I'm sure it cannot be pleasant if it's likening their membership to kangaroos.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Monsieur.
Yeah, Monsieur calling from this channel promotion.
Good to have you.
The glory and peace of God will be with all of us in Nigeria.
Amen.
Secondly, I want to pray for our powerful secretary in this platform, Mr. John from Iran, on what he said to us this morning. I just want to appeal to our federal government. They should do what ASU wants for them, because the strike of ASU it affects so many of people in Nigeria, most especially our children. Thirdly, about the confession that PDP want to do in the state, they should not allow the Secretary of National Secretary to disturb them. They should do them, because PDP party is strong in Nigeria. We will see film in the year 2027. God will be with us and live our life until the year 2027. Should you mark this Mabashe they marking this for president.
Wiki promises new auditorium for Abuja Law School, flags of over 600 bed hostels. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Akali Advayo from you.
Good to have you, sir.
Permit me to say this. When you are done with all which one of them is the best? The ADC or what you see or call. I've been saying it often times that they are not the alternatives we need. You see now, as I said, forget about them. On Hassel strike, government should do something, because the structure we are building today, living men unbuilt. The men living unbuilt will destroy the structure being built. Tinubu should do something. He should not renege on his promise that there will never be any strike again.
A man is known by fulfilling his words. What is he doing? They are now coming out with law, no pay, no work. Has that ever been done successfully in Nigeria? It will only create more problem for the country. Please, they should think twice. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. 08255009850. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Ademola from Ghana.
Tell me, Mr. Ademola.
Concerning Madikanu and the protest and everything. At times people protest and there is no violence. The police drives. So at the present you can't blame the police, you can't blame the protesters. So what is happening is an expression of dissatisfaction. See, people want the Madikanu released. So another challenge is how to assist Madikanu. So they should release him. This is because Madikanu is not seen to have committed no crime or anything. And this also another. So as long as government is funding education, so it should exercise some control. So it is said no work, no pay. So lecturers should not deprive students of education. And your lecturers will show more commitment to their work. I'm sure strike. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Ademola. Well,
we'll quickly squeeze one more call here. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Alaji.
Alaji, I'm calling from Alata.
Yes. Alaji.
The government put in place a fund that is simply the physical structure of the university and other institutions. The ML fund for the students. Why can we have a wealth and authority in having a body that will be taking responsibility of payment of lecturers and other things that they are demanding for? That one will have solved the problem. Now, on the EDP convention, I just want to advise our governor, people love you, but you see, the party is diminishing, and we have to make it when the opposition is louder. Because if we say that we want our governor to be president, the president will be based on party and on the people. So, but the party structure is diminishing, so we have to find a way out.
Thank you very much, Alaji.
All right, thank you. Well, concerning your admonition to Governor Seyi Makinde, well, he is the politician. I guess he's seeing things that we are not seeing, and is a very cerebral and intelligent leader. So if he decides to stay on the boat, he knows why he's still on that boat. It's because he believes that that boat will not sink. Yes. So, like I said, he's the politician. Maybe he's seeing things that we are not seeing, and he wants us to. He wants all the supporters to trust him on this.
Yes.
All right. Check your time. It's 7:30, and we have to go. I'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba,
and my name is Bimbo Akonbi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
bàbá kérésì BCOS mọ́ wáyé tìlù tìfọ́n láti fi máa ń kí káàbọ̀ sínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa lóríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. Kété tí bàbá kérésì bá ti kúrò nílẹ̀ Róòmù, gbàgede iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS ní ògùn wá sí. Orí ẹ̀ la fi ń sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá olókoòwò kéékèèké ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ tajà